We expect the end days to be like the days of Noah. To what end can Christian politics have an influence? There was another one similar to that as well. I'm just looking down because it was basically, we're expecting things to get worse.
Mm-hmm.
So why do we fight?
Okay. So this is I was actually going to do a segment on this tonight, but it fell on the cutting room floor. It's all right. It'll be resurrected at another event. It's really important that we don't pretend that we have God's mind on things. I don't know when the world will end, and neither do you. There have actually been worse days than there are today. There have been more, we're not being slaughtered in the streets, and that has happened many times. There is a rich heritage of pain and hardship and destruction and horror in human history. And a lot of people see a lot of things happening and they go, yeah, that looks a bit like the signs of the end. But what you're seeing is not a global collapse. You're seeing a collapse of an empire, which is the West. Now, if you read, for example, City of God by St. Augustine, you'll see exactly the same thing happening to Rome in the 3rd, 4th, 5th centuries. You'll see the same thing. So we're living through the decline of the West. A lot of people can't see that, but as Christians, I think we can see that because we know what objective morality is and what has happened in history when countries depart from it. So that's what we're seeing. It's interesting, people sometimes point to the Olivet Discourse and they say, here's Jesus saying, here are the signs of the end. Two things. Firstly, there's more than one view on that. But secondly, if you accept that that is what he's talking about today, he actually says the end is not yet. The end is not yet. And elsewhere you find that he says, no one knows the day or the hour. Not even the Son, but the Father. Elsewhere he says it is not given to you to know the times or the seasons that the Father has set by his own authority. So what does he tell us? He says, be wise and watch and wait and be busy and be ready. Okay? What does that mean? It means we're more active than we've ever been when he comes. Okay? It is never an excuse to do less. It is only ever a reason to do more. And actually... Yeah. And, I want to be found very busy when the day comes, doing all that I can and with integrity. And I think we should all seek that. And it may well be that it's not in this generation. And I wouldn't be surprised because we've been through ups and downs and the world is like that. And we will just see. But I would say also in hard times, the work is more urgent because the cost is more severe. One of the things we're seeing now is churches are actually picking up ex-trans people. People who have mutilated their bodies and undergone surgeries and all this and have regretted it. And man, they are at a low ebb because there's no going back in a sense. In fact, I met one of these young ladies on this tour who came up to thank me for the things we do. I had dinner with some in Perth, again, who said, don't stop, keep going, because there's people like us out there. And you find the ruination that comes on people by toxic ideals, and the cost is greater. So don't slow down. Times like this make it more urgent.
Everybody please thank Martin Miles.